Hey guys, this is BandoGuy4, welcoming you back to another episode of Let's Play Pokemon FireRed. In the last part we took on Nugget Bridge and caught ourselves an Abra, which, as I mentioned, is not actually going to be used for my team, but I have it with me anyway. Just for kicks, I'll see what it does. Quirky nature. Passes on the status problem if it gets one, and there's only teleport of course. And you can see, even though it's so many levels lower, its stats are somewhat close to some of my other Pokemon, which, yeah, and even with all that greatness, it's still not a Pokemon I'm going to use, but I do need to catch the Abra for one of the Pokemon on my team, which I will be getting in another episode or so. But in this particular part, I'm going to be going on to Route 25 and actually staying on it this time. I'm going to see how many of these trainers I can ignore, but I do have to fight most of them. So, our main goal for this episode is, our rival was telling us about Bill showing us all his rare Pokemon. So, since he was coming from this way, it's reasonable to assume that Bill is also this way. And I may try and take on at least some of the gym this episode. I am a little over leveled technically for the gym, but I find this Cerulean gym probably one of the more difficult ones of the game, especially since I choose Charmander so very often. Of course, it would be helpful if I could actually use Bellsprout since the gym is all water type, but I need the gym badge from this gym in order for me to use Bellsprout without it disobeying me. But Bellsprout would be helpful to win this gym, so it's kind of a issue there, but I think I can probably manage to pull off a win anyway, since I think the gym leader's highest Pokemon is like level 22, and I'm not halfway done with this area, and I'm already to that. So that guy will turn around a bit, but you can ignore him pretty easily. I don't care about your boyfriend. Okay, this picnicker is a female. I got confused about that last time, but I think I've figured out the difference now. And why am I using Whirlwind? I seem to have gotten confused by what I did in the last episode of switching Quick Attack and Whirlwind, even though the reason I switched them was because I accidentally selected Whirlwind. So it seems like what's going to happen is no matter where it is, I'm going to accidentally select Whirlwind all the time and switch out my opponent's Pokemon, which really doesn't do a whole lot for me, but whatever. And I didn't exactly mean to use Gust, but it works. That critical hit was absolutely unnecessary. And I'm probably gonna show like 2 more trainers on this route. I don't know whether you have to fight this guy. I think you have to fight both of these guys. I hope this guy has Machop. Well, he has at least a Geodude. Hiker Knob. Although I can probably beat it, I'm just going to go ahead and switch into Valoo real quick because I don't want this battle to last a really long time. Because I have more interesting stuff to do in this episode, at least hopefully, than fight hikers and Geodudes and probably Machop. I'm sure he has at least one Machop. He has, I think it's 3 Geodudes and a Machop. But don't quote me on that because I'm not absolutely sure. You can quote me on that if it turns out to be right. Then you can tell all your friends that I knew what Pokemon they were before they came up and that I'm a complete nerd, and I'm very proud of that fact. I mean, hey, it's who I am. And I love being a nerd. It's actually a lot of fun. Most of the time, at least. And I'm fighting. Huh. Geodude does no rock throw. That was bad. That was extremely bad. Okay. I'll go first at least. Let's hope I do. Yeah, that was enough damage. But now my Charmeleon's fainted, and that's not how I like my Charmeleon. I like awake Charmeleons. Okay, yeah, 3 dudes in the matchup. Nerdiness kicking in. Now, I could just go ahead and head back to the Poke Center right now and heal my Charmeleon. But I think there's like one more trainer on this route that I either have to or intend to fight right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and fight that guy. Now, I want to get this guy to walk down because there's an item behind him that normally you can't get until later. So, Camper Flint, he's a boring trainer, but if you use him properly, you can get, I think it's TM10 secret power that's behind him, which doesn't do a whole lot for me. What it does is determined by what type of berry you're holding, and since I'm generally not holding a berry, secret power would do, I think, nothing. But it's still nice to have the TM, and now I really am going to have to heal because Charmeleon's fainted, and Kathleen's poisoned, and Bellsprout doesn't obey me, and Abra doesn't have any moves. So, the 4 Pokemon I have with me right now aren't going to do a whole lot, but I will go ahead and grab this TM, since if I leave the route, he'll move back to his original spot, and I'll have to come back here later when I have cut and can take this tree down. Oh, TM43 secret power. I think TM10 is hidden power, which is a much better move. So I'm going to go ahead and teleport back to Cerulean City and meet you back here. And I'm back. So yeah, I reflected on the fact that I'm a bad nerd because I talked about how proud I was to be a Pokemon nerd and then got hidden power and secret power mixed up. There's a berry here that I almost missed. Just an orange berry. Get out of my way, thank you. I do have to fight with this trainer. My friend has many cute Pokemon. I'm so jealous. Then get your own cute Pokemon. Oddish is kinda cute, I guess. Sometimes. Keep on doing quick attack, which is supposed to be using Whirlwind, but I could have finished it off in one shot with Gust. And now this isn't very fast, so even if I don't use quick attack, it's not gonna outspeed me. Oh well. She also has a Pidgey, which I don't really find Pidgey in particular cute. Pidgeotto and Pidgeot are majestic at least. Actually, I think the entire Pidgey family looks awesome. Which is another reason why I choose it over the Spearow family in this game. Apart from just generally, I think the Pidgey family is better in generations 1 through 3. And that's level 23. And that's the last trainer I'm going to fight on the screen for a little bit. But now I have something important and necessary to show. I'll ignore them for now. I think. Not talk to them. A famous date spot. So, if you live in the world of Pokemon and are watching this video, come out to Cerulean Cape. And in here, what is this place? Sea Cottage. Bill lives here. And Bill is a fairy? Hi, I'm a Pokemon. No, I'm not. Call me. I'm a true blue Pokemaniac. Hey, what's with that skeptical look? I'm not trashing you, pal. I screwed up an experiment and got combined with a Pokemon. So how about it? Help me out here. Ah, sure. Wait till I get inside the teleporter. When I do, go to my PC and run the Soul Separation system.
The hatches are open!
Whoa. So let's talk to him.
Ha! You did it!
Thanks, bud. I owe you one. So, did you come to see my Pokemon collection? You didn't. That's a bummer. I'd rather thank you. Oh, here, maybe this'll do. And you receive an SS ticket. That cruise ship SSN is in Vermilion City. I hear there are lots of trainers on board, too. They invited me to their party, but I can't stand fancy dudes. Why don't you go instead of me? Go on and have a good time. Yeah, there are a lot of trainers on that ship. And if you exit and then go back in, he'll tell you that you can check your PC, but I'm not going to talk to him again. I'm just going to do it anyway. So, his favorite Pokemon is one of my favorite Pokemon. I love Eevee and its evolutions, the Fire-type Flareon, the Electric-type Jolteon, and the Water-type Vaporeon. I may very well be using one of those Pokemon on my team, but I'll leave you to guess which one that might be. I can teleport back, or you can run along here. This is just a quicker path back. But I'm going to fight some of those other trainers off screen to get a little bit more experience. You can see that once you do that, the policeman moves out of the way. Best trainer ever! I couldn't resist showing this battle. It's youngster Joey, and like any Joey, who are always youngsters, he does in fact have a Rattata. I am not sure whether his Rattata is in the top percentage of Rattata, but I have to assume it must be. It's like his Rattata is at the top, if you know what he means. He also has a Spearow, but the Spearow isn't nearly as exciting as the Rattata. It didn't even get to attack first, though it did actually survive an attack. But anyway, I will meet you back in Cerulean City when I finish out the rest of the trainers here. But youngster Joey is my favorite trainer of all time. Decent! I did in fact miss another hidden item. There's the berry down there, and there's also a berry up here. This one is a Bluckberry. And a Bluckberry does nothing? Yeah. Hooray. Okay, so I'm back here in Cerulean City. I haven't actually healed yet from those battles. What I'm going to do to end off this part is go ahead and fight that Team Rocket guy that I can see. This guy will tell you, those miserable rockets, look what they've done to my house. They stole a TM for teaching Pokemon how to dig holes. So, he tells you that that TM can be used on Mankey or Sandshrew. Huh, me? I'm an innocent bystander, don't you believe me? No, I don't. I don't trust men dressed in black with a red R on their clothing. No, I just don't. So he's gonna send out the Machop, which already makes him better than most of the Rocket Grunts you fight, but I take it down fast. And then he's got a Drowsy, which is really kind of impressive. Not the kind of Pokemon you'd expect to see at this point in the game. So you can start to find wild Drowsy soon. And he's going to disable my Ember. Does Steel actually do anything to a Drowsy? I don't know. Yeah, it does plenty. Okay, so Drowsy's gone. And with this guy defeated, I think I'm probably going to do the gym in the next part. Stop, I give up, I'll leave quietly. Okay, I'll return the TM I saw. And you can see TM28. And disappears. And TM28 teaches dig, but he says, I figured what's lost is lost. I decided to teach Diglett how to dig without a TM. So you get to keep the TM. But with that, I'm going to leave off this episode. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to comment. If you like my videos so far, subscribe because there's more on the way. This has been Manly Guy 4.
Take care, boss. You too, Bill.